Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Chicago scene in the Clybourne Corridor, we'll call it. And what does an architecture firm have to do with a bar? Well, I'm going to explain that whole entire thing because there's an art gallery, a bar, all in one, started by two college roommates who have an architecture firm, which is that one right there. And then they decided, you know what? Everything's too far. Let's open up a bar right next door. So they renovated the space behind me, and we're going to go take a look inside now for the Chicago scene. So let's take a look. All right, that's Rachel there in the background getting drinks ready. Hi, Rachel. And I am in a new space that you probably have never really seen or experienced here in Chicago, and that's why I have Lee here to tell me all about it. How are you, Lee?
I'm very well, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, and this is something new and exciting. This space that we're in used to have cars being fixed here not too long ago, and now it's an art gallery and bar. Tell me how that story happened and how you're involved in it.
Well, that's correct, and I'm involved in it through Bill Bickford, who is a principal at Northworks Architects, which is the building next door.
Sure.
They bought this building, and Bill's concept with his partner, Austin Dupre, was to have sort of a after-work watering hole in a very sophisticated way, where people could just morph from work to get a drink and unpack the day in a space that sells beautiful art and the architecture combined for the synergy of this place to relax.
Yeah, it really does have a nice relaxing vibe in here, and it's in this up-and-coming neighborhood called the Clybourne Corridor, which is kind of the meeting place of where Goose Island and other neighborhoods meet together. But the thing that's really unique is the artwork behind you. A lot of it yours, because you're curating this space, but tell me about the artwork and the type of things people should expect. And things are for sale in here too, correct?
Everything on the walls is for sale, and when Bill approached me with this concept, the first artist that came to mind, because Bill wanted no word in the signages. So we did a couple of murals outside that sort of have the feeling of dusk, because at dusk, this morphs into the bar. The bar opens
Sure.
at 5, and it's a gallery by appointment all day long, but it's a gallery and a bar at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and thus the name Dusk. So the first artist I thought of was my friend Jeannie Goodman, who does photography, abstract photography, and she's from Boston. But I thought I would like up-and-coming Chicago, up-and-coming in terms of sales in Chicago, because some of these artists sell all over the place, but not in Chicago, and to give them an opportunity to show and sell their work so it can be seen in the local venue.
Right, and this is an upcoming neighborhood, like you said, a lot of things happening around here, and I'm guessing it was missing a bar because like you said, the building next door, they needed a watering hole. Two college roommates that started the architectural firm, they found this place. They poured money into it to get it to the specs that are now an art gallery and also bar. But, tell me about the vibe when people should expect in here. I know it's completely different probably from when it's an art gallery versus when it turns into a bar. But nonetheless, what's the experience that people should expect?
Well, we've already had a lot of fun in here. So, custom cocktails that are very intriguing with great names and great ingredients. And it's a very, very neighborly kind of feeling, and the people that come here by and large know one another, are welcoming in new people, and we're open to an artistic community and to the community of the neighborhood, and it's very relaxed. We'll be bringing in food trucks, and hopefully we will get a following. We'd like to do some like music kind of pop-up things.
Yeah.
We have
an outdoor space there that's getting ready to be unpacked for the spring, right?
And also, we'd like to do some private events. This is available to be rented out, this whole space, and the outdoor space, and we think in the summer this could really be fun.
So for people who are interested in maybe coming in for an appointment, you said it's appointment only, they should go to the website, correct?
At this point, because of the COVID surge, we are appointment only, but my website is leewglazer.com. Dusk has a website, and we're on Instagram. You can reach me through either one of those auspices.
So since this is an appointment only kind of a place, I'm guessing people should head to the website, which is duskchicago.com, to find out when they can come in and take a look at the space and talk to you, right?
That's correct. And you can reach us also through my website, which is leewglazer.com. And we're on Instagram. And later on, when things loosen up, we will be open for people just to drop in all day long if they want and see the art, and also have a cocktail after 5.
Right, kind of come and hang out, and they can also direct message people on social media as well. Thank you, Lee, very much. I appreciate you taking the time to explain this concept. So it's a fun thing. It's something very different and unique, and I dig it. So thank you.
It is, and it's relaxed, and everyone is welcome here.
Awesome.
Welcome you with open arms.
Well, thank you very much. Now I'm going to talk to Rachel, who is over there getting the drinks ready. I'm going to talk to her in 1 second here. I'm going to just make my way over. All right, so this is Rachel. And Rachel, we've heard about the artwork, which makes this place unique, but we can't forget about the drinks and the happy hour that goes on. So let's talk about that. First of all, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And yeah, like you stated, we wanted to create a cocktail program that was something that was indicative and reflective of the art that we have, and giving it just a little bit more of that customary experience. So our cocktails are handmade, everything handcrafted, and it is also a reflection of the projects, inspired by the projects from the Northwork Architects, who are the owners of the project.
Fantastic. So what are you going to make now real quick here? I'm going to follow you along. Go ahead.
Not a problem. So first, I am going to make one of our signature cocktails. It's called the Aspen. It is with a rose vodka. So this has been rose infused. So we're going to start with that here. It's about 1.5 ounces of that. We're going to get our raspberry cinnamon syrup. Take about 1 ounce of that. Ounce of fresh lemon juice.
And how did you get to these ingredients that you're using for this drink?
Honestly, I just kind of when I looked at the different projects that the Northwork Architects had, I kind of just really went off of the feel that I got from each picture. What type of smells came to mind, what type of images came to mind. And so just kind of really went off the senses. What was the first thing I would think if it came to this location, if it came to this particular project, what comes to mind?
Got it.
Yeah, and so the Aspen that we have is actually based off of our Aspen office, Northworks office. And so I wanted to give it something that kind of reminded me of, a lady out on her ski vacation, having her a nice cocktail out on the deck, right under the sun on the mountain. Fantastic. So that's kind of what, it reminded me of. So like I say, after we go ahead and shake that, we are going to strain. And we're going to top with a little soda.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Yeah. And then we are going to garnish with dried rose petals right along here around that rim.
Look at that.
And here you go. That is the Aspen.
That is the Aspen. That is just one of the signature drinks that you have. Let's do one more. Let's get one more out of there just so we can give people a variety. What are you going to come up with next year?
So our next cocktail is going to be called the Greystone. It is based off a Northwork Architect project, which was a restoration of a Greystone mansion. Very cool. So you usually would see, you think of Greystone, you think of like the dark, gloomy type of shadows, the stone walls. But then with this particular project, it was a lot of greenery around. So what I wanted to do was come up with a cocktail that reflected that.
All
so
right.
we have some mezcal here. All right, about 2 ounces, the mezcal. So I have a blackberry rambutan syrup. Of course, everyone knows what blackberries are. Rambutan is actually a tropical fruit that comes from Southeast Asia. So it kind of gives that a little bit of that fruity kick.
Okay.
So we're gonna take about 1 ounce of that. Take 1 ounce of our lime juice.
Lots of fun flavors happening in there. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
And then we're
we got
actually
some
going
fun
to take
here.
a bar spoon full of activated charcoal.
Activated charcoal.
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to give that a little bit of flavor there, a little bit of darkness. And as you see, we're gonna go ahead and shake that up.
And as you're shaking it up, what is your happy hour in terms of what people should expect here?
Yeah, so our happy hour is from 4 to 7. Right now we are open on Thursdays and Fridays. We do have $2 off our craft beers. We also have half off glasses and bottles of wine, in addition to $5 well shots and $8 well or house cocktails.
All right, you can do that while taking in the artwork. And what are we seeing here? What's this one?
This is the Greystone.
Oh, look at that. And that's from the charcoal, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
The Greystone. Fantastic.
And then
You're
we
gonna
just
serve it up?
garnish that with a little blackberry and a little lime. And there you go. That's
Look
the
at-
Greystone.
So we got the Greystone, and what was this, the second one, or the first one? The Aspen. And these are some of the examples that people can expect when they come to find you here, Rachel, right?
Yeah.
Along with maybe talking to Lee beforehand, coming here and having a drink and asking for you. So thank you very much. I appreciate it again. And I'm going to have one of these drinks in a second here. But first, I'm just going to say adios. TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene, come see my friend Rachel here. She's hard at work. And Lee, somewhere in the back, she's curating, getting another thing up on these walls here. That is the Chicago scene for today. We'll see you.